We're listening to CKUA Radio. My name is Grant Stovall, and the program is Alberta Morning. Great to have you with us this morning, and I'm really thrilled to welcome in a homegrown Alberta talent next who brings a rare opera gem to Sherwood Park's Festival Place. This is vocalist of great range and renown, Sherwood Park's very own Cara Lianne McLeod. She's set to sing the role of Queen Elisabetta in a very rarely heard in-concert presentation of Donizetti's 1837 tragic opera Roberto Devereux. And I'm told that this rarely produced opera tells the tale of a tragic love triangle, and you can catch it live for what we think is the first time ever in Alberta's capital region when it comes to Sherwood Park's Festival Place this Saturday, March 11th. Cara Lianne McLeod, it is a thrill to get a chance to welcome you to CKUA. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here. And gosh, the way you just described it makes me even more excited.
Well, there's a lot to be excited about for sure. And I mean, starting off with, this is as I was saying, this is a piece that this is a work that we seldom get to hear, particularly in this part of the world, though well known in opera circles. It's from almost a couple of hundred years ago, and it relates a tale that was almost a couple of hundred years or more old even then. On a thumbnail sketch basis, what is Roberto Devereux all about?
Well, it really is, yes, loosely based on the Earl of Essex, of course, Roberto Devereux. And it is the classic love triangle. So I, as the queen, am in love with Roberto. He is in my army, and he is having an affair with the Duchess. And he is also friends with the Duke, so it's very messy.
Sounds like an opera to me. So, of course, this is a grand tale, and of course, featuring some pretty renowned historical figures as well. A lot of people think of opera, of course, as being on a giant scale, big emotions, big budgets, though, too, big productions. This feels like much more of a kind of human scale, grassroots kind of approach to performing and enjoying opera. Can you tell us a little bit about what this experience is like for audiences?
Oh, I love the way you describe that. That is exactly what it is. I mean, and I do love a big stage and an orchestra and all of that, the costumes and everything. And what Barbara King with Calgary Concert Opera Company and William Shookoff with Opera by Request in Toronto, what they have created are companies that offer these fabulous operas in concert. So it's really about the music. It's really about the characters. And you're right, it's really intimate when we have these venues that aren't quite as big, that we can really connect with the audience through these great characters and these stories that really, it seems, yes, it was written hundreds of years ago. But you know what? These stories I still know what it feels like to have steam coming out of my ears with anger. So, and love. And we all feel those feelings still as human beings. Mm-hmm. So it's really great to be able to connect with people.
Well, there's a reason why soaps are known as soap operas, right? I mean, it's just like real basic kind of, plugging right into the emotional framework of what we are,
Yes.
And I love the range of experiences that you've had as a professional singer over the years. I mean, you've performed on stages around the world, from like a courtyard in Rome to, balconies during the pandemic and the Music in the Air series.
Yes.
What are one or two from your many travels over the course of the years as a singer? What are one or two highlights that stand out for you in terms of sharing with people and connecting with audiences, particularly maybe where opera is concerned?
Oh, gosh. Oh, well, probably performing in Italy would be one, and maybe perhaps not for the reason that people would think, because my mom and dad were not big travelers. And because I was singing in Italy, my dad hated flying a lot, but they made the effort to come and see this opera. So I was singing the Countess in Marriage of Figaro.
Wow.
In
Italy.
Rome.
In Rome.
Yeah. So, and it was fantastic. So we were able to perform with an Italian orchestra and in this beautiful courtyard, and they were there to see it. Another one is when I had an aunt who was really sick and all of my family and friends gathered. I was singing for a cabaret for Opera Nuova, the training program here in Edmonton, and I was singing with another colleague, and my family and friends were there right in the center of the restaurant. And there was just it's just something about it, just being able to connect with people, because a lot of people have preconceived notions about opera too. And a lot of my family included, I'm sorry, family, if you're listening, So it's really great to be able to offer that and to show them these emotions and these stories and sing this music and use my voice to tell the stories.
And
Yeah.
how was it that you got involved with opera? Because like you grew up in Sherwood Park, loving like country and pop, like a lot of people, right? How did you make that turn into embracing operatic approaches?
Yes, I was an AC/DC fan all through high school. So when I moved to Fort McMurray in my late 20s with my then partner. And I started going to school, and my teacher loved opera so much that she would play recordings for me. And I was 27 years old, and that was the first time I ever saw an opera, and it was Aida with Edmonton Opera, which was amazing. So that was 1998 or 99. And then Aida was the role of High Priestess was my debut with Edmonton Opera, however many years later in 2012.
What a story. That's incredible.
And I love it more every time I sing a new role, every time I sing a new concert, I love it more.
Well, and you're about to do that, and maybe you'll be exposing somebody out there who's a first-timer to the love of opera in the way that you were. And reflecting on this, and thank you so much for being here and joining us. I just think it's really exciting that you're back in front of hometown audiences this weekend performing Donizetti's Roberto Devereux. How meaningful does that feel for you in your heart to be right there in front of Sherwood Park audiences?
Oh my gosh, Grant, even you asking me this question, I'm tearing up. It's amazing. I have sung on the Festival Place stage before, and the first time I sang at Festival Place was I sang Material Girl by Madonna. Yes, in a variety concert. I think it was 1992 or something. I'm not really sure. But moving away and having all these great experiences, there just really is nothing like home. That's where I started singing. I've had all these great experiences. The last time I was there was with Emilio De Mercato, with Cinema Paradiso. That was 2016. So it's just, but to be producing it and kind of putting it together is pretty special, yeah.
All the greats from Madonna to Donizetti. Madonizetti. How about we'll do a mashup next time, maybe.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Cara, this is such a treat. Thank you for being here. Wow.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
That is Sherwood Park's own Cara Lianne McLeod. You can catch her in the role of Queen Elisabetta, part of an in-concert presentation of Donizetti's Roberto Devereux. That's this Saturday, March 11th at Festival Place in Sherwood Park. Details available at festivalplace.ca. And you can find out lots more about Cara and her multifarious musical endeavors at caraliannemcleod.com.